Hello, everybody. I'm just going to hop on here a minute or two early just for the fun of it. If anybody shows up early, awesome. We'll just do a little chat until it's time. I'm going to try to get my computer set up here um, so I can see the chat and answer questions. All right, looks like that's going to go fairly easy. Found that right away, got logged in right away. So I don't know if anybody's here yet or not, but let's just see. There we go. We are here. So you can see working on a part of Dogtown that you guys don't get to see too much of because it's been under construction for ages. And it's still under construction, and I'm not saying it's going to be done anytime soon, but we're going to make some progress here. So what I'm doing, as you can see, is working on my stream. Now, where I'm from, what's up, Landon? Oh, thanks. I appreciate that, Bryce. Really appreciate that. Um, so where we're from, where Dogtown is modeled after, where I live, is right between the Mississippi and the Illinois rivers. If you guys don't know, there's roughly about 40 miles between the rivers in the town that I live in. So Mississippi's about 25 miles west. The Illinois is about 20 miles east, roughly. And where the farm is in the Mississippi River, Mississippi River bottoms. And so what happens is you have to come down out of the bottoms or out of the hills into the Mississippi River bottoms, where Dogtown will be located, where our farm is located in real life. And when you do, you have the series of bluffs and rocks and things like that. Now, Interstate 72, which is kind of the main link through the county here, in many places cuts through rock just like this. And so did the old highway US 36, which is, I'm going to say what this blacktop road you see, you've seen many times here, is loosely based off old US 36. And there's a part where US 36 splits and goes, used to be, oh geez, gosh, actually blank on it, maybe Illinois 108, 107, something like that. It's no longer marked an Illinois road, it's a county highway. And that takes you to what is an abandoned state park. It used to be called Fall Creek State Park. And unfortunately, funding just didn't happen, ran out for it, and it was abandoned. Well, Fall Creek State Park was always this really cool spot where there was small waterfalls like this, these neat rock formations. You could walk down in the Fall Creek Gorge through the stream. There was this real shallow stream with a rocky bottom, really clear waters, and all that stuff. And I just always wanted to model that on the farm from and it be the sort of the transition from the prairies up on the bluffs down to the bottoms where the farm is. And so that's the whole inspiration behind this whole scene here with the barn, with the stream, and what will eventually be a waterfall and the rocky outcroppings here, is that transition from bluffs to river bottom. And so this has been it's been a lot of effort to get this to look the way I want it to. I'm not there yet, I'll be honest, but I'm way closer than I was. And I hope today to get this even closer, I guess, is that, I guess if that makes any sense whatsoever. So what I've done here, the really cool thing about doing rocks like this is if you screw up the paint or if you don't like the paint, you can just do it over. You can just paint over it. So that's what's great here. So originally I had done these way too dark of a base color, and it just didn't turn out the way I wanted to. Never really quite looked right. So I went back in over that dark base color with a light color. I just went with like a snow white. And then I mixed a couple different grays. I mixed a timeless gray and then a flat gray. And I kind of use them individually in spots, and I use them mixed together in spots to give us just some different striations and landforms and things like that. Now what I'm going to do, because most of the rocks in our area, the bluff rocks, have a sort of a brownish or reddish tint to them. So something like this is what we're ultimately looking for. Now, these are going to go in various places, but the whole thing is going to have to get covered first. And you can see, these are some of the rocks that I've made using rock molds and things like that. And you can get rock molds from Woodland Scenics. That one did turn out so perfect. That one's great though. And I just got gobs of them because the cool thing about the rock molds is you can pull them as pour them as full or full as you want to get you different size rocks. You can do half rocks. You can do them and then break them so that you've got different looking rocks, things like that. So when you look at a rock mold and you say, oh, well, there's only like 5 or 6 different rock styles there, you just kind of have to use your imagination because you can ultimately make almost an infinite amount of styles of rocks with those. So that's kind of where that started anyway. Do you have a 160 8760 customized working on customizing mine? Nice. That's awesome to hear you're doing some customizing. Um, I do have an 8760 custom. It's over on my John Deere shelf though. Not handy right this minute, unfortunately. What's up, Colton? Oh, took a yeah, nice Farmall Cub and a IH424. Very nice. Hello, Jason. My dad wants to know where you get those white grain bins. You have plastic ones with the red letters. I'd like to purchase a couple of them. So the answer to that is yes, I do have those. I probably won't have any available for sale at least until the weekend of Nationals and Dubuque. And then after that, I will have them on the website. And the reason being is I'm trying to fill kind of a big order of those right now for someone. And so that's going to put me a little behind. But I do the freezing bins or whatever you want to call those, uh, the hoppers. Yes, we do have those, and we will have some available. But it's going to be probably another 6 to 8 weeks before I have any available that are not spoken for already. So just throwing that out there. I'm actually surprised Ertl hasn't done more 187 stuff. You know, they did a few 187s back in the day, but not very many though. I mean, it was pretty limited. Um, but yeah, I've always kind of been a little surprised they didn't try to chase the model train crowd, if you will. So, what I found to kind of match the rocks where we're at, where I live, over here in Western Illinois, I like this classic caramel color, and I like khaki. I think they both work really well, especially when you blend them together. It gives you a kind of a nice rich tone. And I'm going to show you guys, right or wrong, and I'm just going to come out and say this right offhand. This may not turn out. And if it doesn't, well, we'll just try it again on a different live somewhere, some way down the road. So, you have an Ertl Farmall Cub. I do not. Working on a new grain cart for your 2 TRs completely printed. Oh, I'd like to hear the sound of that. So what I'm going to do, I've got kind of a bigger brush here, guys, if you can see that, I think, on the screen. I'm actually going to start with my khaki color first. Now, and I don't know how well, I've kind of got my palette or my plate off to the side here. I'm actually going to wipe most of that off. So we're going to use a technique called dry brushing. And then I'm going to come through and I'm just going to come in certain spots. And there's I'm kind of doing some highlighted areas, you know, the crevices and the crags and things like that. I want those to remain darker. So I'm not going to use my khaki color on a lot of those, but the protrusions, the areas that are sticking out, I kind of want those to have this brownish color, which is sort of the same thing I did with the white, is I kind of used it for highlights. Just make sure. I just don't like, I almost got a little too much on there, but that's okay. We can, you know, it's just paint. So we can always paint over it if we have to. So that's no problem. There, that's better for sure. And I have no idea how well that color is going to show up here on the old computer screen or the screen for you guys. So I think I mentioned, and I think I kind of got sidetracked. Shocker, right? I did a white base, I did my timeless gray and my flat gray, and then I washed. And making a wash means you take your paint and you add water to it so that it's runny. I did a black wash in all of the indention spots, all the places where I want cracks and things of that nature. So now I'm going to take a little bit of that darker color and I'm just going to hit it over some of that lighter color. And I just want to see how this is going to look, really. If it turns out awesome, great. If not, we'll try something different. That's the fun thing, and craft paint like what I'm using here is just incredibly inexpensive, and it lasts forever for the most part. So you can get a ton out of a bottle. And so what's nice about that is mistakes are cheap, and you can just try as much as you like to get it right. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm no Bob Ross, but we're having fun anyway. Going to try to weather a tractor. What do you use to get the weathered look? So a couple things. You can use paint just like I'm doing. You can use various colors, sandy color, dusty color, blacks, things like that. You're going to want to do the dry brush technique though, kind of like I'm doing here, because you don't want that super heavy. Or you can get weathering powders, and there's lots of those out there. Or you can even get pastel chalks and do that. I actually have a video, I'm pretty sure, somewhere on the YouTube channel here of me weathering. I believe it was a top shelf versatile 4-wheel drive. So you might want to go back and look through that. And I can always do another one. Be more than happy to here down the road when I get a chance. Um, but yeah, I think that's the best way to do it. And then they have a dull coat you can brush or spray on to kind of fade your paint. You want to be strategic about that, I think. Think about where it's going to fade the most because of the sun, things of that nature. The problem, I mean, it's not really a problem, but it makes things tricky, is I'm obviously having to paint this from behind. Ooh, got way too much there. It's all right. Brush will thin it out eventually. So I can't get a good look at what it's going to look like from the front without having to move everything and come around. But again, I think the trick here is you don't want just one solid color. You want, rocks are a multitude of colors that are kind of bleeding through to each other because of weathering and things of that over the years, ages. Words are hard sometimes. Just going to mix a tiny bit, and I mean a tiny bit, of my black wash in here to see if I can just darken this up some. Just to see what happens. Just trying different colors, just trying things. Again, that's another cool thing about craft paint. You can just try things. I think anyway. Ooh, I do like that. And again, I'm just trying to hit the high parts, really. The indentions, the low parts, I want those to be those darker colors. I want those to be the grays and the blacks and the things of that nature. Basically the Bob Ross of farm toys. I'll take that. That's certainly a compliment. I will take that. How's my Massey doing? Fantastic. Just runs like a champ. That thing is a beast. Just never seem to have a lick of trouble with it. And I said that, and it won't start Tuesday, but I just really like that tractor a lot. Now, some of these areas too, keep in mind, are going to have some grass and things of that on them too. So this isn't going to be just a solid rock. There will be some little bit of dirt sprinkled in, things like that. I'll be using ground foam like Woodland Scenics ground foam or whoever the brand of ground foam I've got laying around here. So that will give us some texture as well and some pops of color just to make it look nice. Hope you guys aren't too bored watching me paint this, but I thought it'd be kind of fun to show you guys going along here, and maybe we can have something of a finished product by the end of the live session here. I've been cleaning and painting 3D parts like a madman today. I don't know. I think I painted about 20 tanks today, fertilizer tanks, fuel tanks, things of that nature. Probably have easily that many, if not more, to go. And then got some new stuff coming. My buddy Kyle. There's speaking of Kyle. There's Kyle. My buddy Kyle. He just drew up a dusk to dawn light for me, so can't wait to get my hands on those. And I'm gonna get those painted up, and we'll put those on the Dogtown shop at some point this week, hopefully, if the printing and everything goes well, which it should. Although I've had some interesting luck with my printers here lately. But they're humming along today. Well, most of them are. How about that? Do you have a 637 John Deere disc? I do not. I have one of those bifold John Deere discs that I drew up and made a kit for, and I've literally made two of them. And it's, I don't know, it's just frustrating because I've got some work that needs to be done to the file. And I don't know, it's just stuff like that kind of sometimes just goes in the back burner for me because I don't like modifying stuff too much because it never seems to turn out. It's like a 3 or 4 thing attempt, and I don't know. I gotta get on it and do it though because I could sell a ton of those if I just get off my rear and make them, do them. So maybe that'll be on the agenda here before the big shows come up. So my stream bed, the muddy part of the stream bed, which has been done for quite a while, or at least the water's been in for quite a while, as you guys know, turned out excellent. I got the paint perfect on that. But it's this rocky portion I'm slightly concerned about because I've never done a rocky stream bed before. So we're just going to hope that it turns out good. If not, well, we'll just try again. The T66 kit, I had to shoot the white one more time on it, and it should be dry. It may be dry today. I don't know, but things are taking forever to dry right now because it's so humid here. But it's looking awesome. It's gonna be awesome. It will get its own video when it's done. I won't just do that as part of a live. It's gonna get its own full video because it's such a neat outfit that you designed there. Ooh, that looks really good right there. I don't know how well that shows up on the camera, but in person, that what I just did right there is exactly how I want this whole wall to look. And yeah, that's good. Ooh. Boy, that turned out nice. I love it when a plan comes together. Which is great, because if that means if I can finally get these rocks the way I want, and we'll put these rocks I made where I want, that means I can get the bridge in and start adding water, finally. And maybe I can get this section of Dogtown Farms wrapped up. We need more trees, of course. And we need some more landscaping work over here, but that's very doable. That's the least of my worries. It's been this rock face and these streams that I've been concerned about, getting them to look good. and I think I'm about there. I'm liking it. Have I ever done a high crop custom? I have not actually. That is one thing I've never done. That would be something interesting. I should try one sometime. Be fun. Ooh, maybe a little too much paint on the brush there, but it's okay. We'll just spread it out a little more. Try to get some up in here. I have done a Case King custom. I actually did a few of them for Eric at Rock and H Farm Toys. He needed them for a customer, and so I did some for him. That's been years ago, though. Hope you liked him. He didn't say he didn't, so. All right. Just about got what I want to get covered here covered. As far as on this rock, on the waterfall here. Ooh, there we go. I think I'm okay with that for right now. I think that might do it this time. We'll see. Of course, I'm curious to hear what you all think. I know it doesn't show up so well here, and plus we've got a weird lighting situation right now. So I've got an overhead light, but then I'm standing right in front of the window, and so I think we're getting a little bit washed out, or at least on my wife's Chromebook here, which is what I'm watching the stream on to answer questions. So I don't know for sure, but thanks, Chris. I appreciate that. Especially appreciate your opinion as a top display guy and also a train guy. So because I know you've seen a lot of this stuff. Oh, you too, Scott. Thank you. Appreciate that. I appreciate your opinion on that too. Um, so while we're waiting for a little bit of paint to dry, I guess I could kind of debut something. So we came up with some of you guys were able to see this the other day. We came up with a new Dogtown Farms logo. So that'll be on the shop, the Dogtown Farm shop, on the big sign out front of Dogtown Farms. And it's probably also going to make its way onto our semi trucks and things like that. Sorry, I can't get a good view of it here. But I don't know. What do you guys think of that? So, red and black, kind of what we're going with. So that's going to be our colors for the farm, red and black. Because I don't really want to change everything to blue. Otherwise, I would have went with blue. But I'd have to change all my sheds and all the trucks, and yeah, we're just not going to do that. So, cool. Well, glad you guys like the logo. I really appreciate that. That means a bunch too. It was, yeah, it was kind of fun to, you know, see that. I mean, it's kind of neat. You're like, holy crap, we have a logo. That's cool. Now, so you're probably thinking like, I don't know, is this waterfall done? And the answer is maybe, but but I kind of want to take one of these guys, maybe a bigger one. I don't know, and set them in there. I'm actually going to wait until yeah, I don't like that guy so much. And I don't know, maybe it's too much. Oh, that's way too big. That one won't work. That means he's going to be too big. Let's try this guy. He's going to be too big? Yeah. No, maybe. I don't know. It doesn't look very waterfall rock though. Something like that. I don't know. How's that look on there? I don't know. Maybe something like that. We'll see. We're just gonna have to play around with things and see. So I want to put some more of these up on the hill too. So maybe back up behind the barn over here or something like that, so that we've got some more farther outcroppings than what is already here. Is kind of my hope. And then I want these kind of covered in trees, or hidden in trees, not necessarily covered. Kind of like that. I know you guys can't see that very well, but can you see the blue? Yeah. Once we kind of get done over here, we'll head over to Dogtown Ag, and the inline ripper is over there. Oh, I could totally. Yeah, I would totally do. I could definitely come up with some stickers. I think that'd be fun. I'd enjoy that. I'd like to put them on some things I got. So that's a great idea, Scott. Well, hello, Chattanooga, Tennessee. How are things down there, my friend? Chattanooga's a beautiful part of the world, isn't it? Holy cow. It's pretty down there. Yeah, I could do smaller. I kind of have this weird thing in here, and I just don't know that I care for it, no matter how I paint it. So my debate has been if I can find a rock or two, but that may be too yellow, actually. That kind of sticks out like a sore thumb right there, doesn't it? If I, yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna play around with that some. I think that's the only thing we can do there. The next step I also have to figure out, and could be tricky, is I'm gonna have to pour this stream in, I think, at least 3 more, well, technically 4 if you do the top, but I'm probably gonna use water effects on the top so that it's not a pour necessarily. I don't know. We'll see. I've been kicking that idea around here for a few weeks too. Exactly how I want to do that, but I think I have to pour here, and then I think I'm gonna have to pour to the bridge. Actually, maybe just past the bridge, and then once we get back down into the top field, which you guys can't see from there, maybe there as well. I did see the mini Mo restoration that Landon built for you, and that thing is cool. I like that a lot. It was really cool. Bought an AC 7045. Nice. Scottsville, Kentucky. What's up, Kentucky? Now, okay, Scottsville, is that east, west, or kind of central Kentucky? Not 100% familiar with it. We were down in Kentucky earlier this year in kind of the Bowling Green, Mammoth Cave area. It was beautiful. I loved it down there. What a great state. Oh, the shed is styrene and balsa wood. So this barn my wife made, and this is all balsa wood, and literally every piece she hand made. Like she hand cut the holes in the shed siding and all that sort of thing. This is tin that you can get. I think we got it at Hobby Lobby, to be honest with you. That she somehow figured out how to weather up and rust, and it looks incredible. I think that barn is that will be on any display I ever make from now on. I promise, because that thing is so cool, and I just love it. You know, it's something my wife made for me, so it's super special. And it's like the coolest barn ever. It looks so awesome. Ontario, Canada. Nice. Yeah. Hey, Paul. Hope things are great up there. I love that we're international. I love that we get people from all over. It's just that's so cool to me. Just we got farm toy guys everywhere, all across the world, and it's cool that we can all get together here on YouTube and hang out and talk tractors. One of my favorite things about this hobby is that we get to do this. It's just cool. So lucky. Actually, just made for you guys that are fans of the podcast, I know I haven't done the podcast for a while because if some of you know, I kind of explain why in the podcast. I did a short podcast today, and it will go up tomorrow. And hopefully that's leading to back to normal podcasts where we're doing tractor of the week, we're talking new toys, we're doing all that. But I just kind of explained a little bit what's been going on and why I haven't been able to do a lot of podcasts and quite frankly a lot of videos. But hopefully soon we're getting back to normal. Like this is gonna sound silly, but you know I think a lot of you guys know I've been having some health issues, and you know I'm a half hour into this live and I'm kind of pooped. Like that's silly, but um, it's one of those things where I just get wore out super easy with what I got, and but that's okay. We're gonna power through here and keep doing this live because that's fun. But anyway, so with that said, I've got hopefully a new episode of the podcast going live tomorrow morning, and talking about the upcoming toy shows, talking about things I'm making for some upcoming toy shows, and all that fun stuff. So hope you guys enjoy it and are still interested in checking out the podcast. Like I said, I'm really hoping to get back to normal, hoping to do some podcast interviews over the weekend of nationals if I can, or at least I'm going to try. So we'll see how that turns out. Raining like crazy. We actually got some rain this morning. It was wonderful because we needed it. But now my yard's going to grow, so now I'm going to have to mow tomorrow probably. Chris says, am I ever going to answer my phone? Yes. Yeah, I will. You're on my list to call at some point today. You and about 4 other guys that I haven't been able to return yet. From Kansas. How are things out in Kansas? You guys dry or wet out there? Or just right? I don't know. I guess that's possible too. I just always keep hearing how dry the West is. Yeah, going to be in Salem. I would love to go down to that Salem show, but we are in Quincy, Illinois next weekend at the FFA show. It's just a small little show, but it's a fun show, and it's 35 minutes from home, so you can't miss those shows. Hoping Ertl will do 132nd 70 series 4-wheel drives or a new 16th high. Oh, I mean 16 scale in the Prestige Select series or whatever this new thing is with the Wagners and all that. A 16 scale 60 or 70 series 4-wheel drive in that series is a dream. That is a dream tractor for me. I would love that. I don't know if they will, but yeah, I would love to see them do an update of the John Deere 60 or 70 series tractors. I think they're long overdue. There's a lot of potential there. You've seen what guys that are customizing them can do. I think Ertl can do really great things with those. So yeah, I would be super excited about that. So we'll see. But I don't know. I haven't heard any word on what or if the next thing in the Prestige Select series is going to be. I'm kind of curious, and hopefully we'll hear something before too long. But they may be taking a little break with that, or I don't know. I think as well as those Wagners sold, I can't imagine that that's something they're not going to do in the future. Or at least that's my thinking on the whole thing. If I were Ertl, I'd be doing them. Doing more of those series. I'd be popping one of those suckers out every year. Well, we're kind of at that watch and paint dry portion of this whole thing, huh? That's kind of silly. I guess I should have brought supplies over to start damming up the river so that I can start pouring water, but I forgot to do that too. They're over on the other side. So maybe we'll head over, if you guys don't mind, to the Dogtown Ag portion of the display here. And we'll show Kyle's Ripper off that he was asking about. And I don't know, we'll just hang out and talk and ask questions and see what else I got going on over there. So I'm going to spin you, and then I'm going to give me a minute to move the table, and we'll head that direction. And yeah, it's kind of messy right here right now. Sorry. Well, I almost didn't bring the computer for the chat. That would have been, not good. Because then I would have been able to read the chat. I'm working on it, guys. Bear with me. All right. I didn't think that was going to balance too well. All right, almost there. So as you know, all of my displays are on rollers. And that way I can move around and get to any side of the roller or any side of the display I want to work on it or do anything like that. And this is I'm getting my first shot at those rocks from this side of the display. And I tell you what, I really like those. Yeah, that turned out good. That was some good work today, guys. Good job. Yeah, both hands aren't working so good today. You have to bear with me. All right, we're going to move this, and we'll get Kyle's Ripper that thing, guys. I like that a lot. Are you gonna get the new Fent sprayer? So my plan is to get one at least to do a review on it, and then I may sell it. I think they're gonna be cool, but it's kind of one of those things where, I don't know that I got room for that, and I think I just need to be a little more picky about what ends up in the collection. So, but yeah, I definitely want to get one at least to do a review on it. Have I seen the new S98 Gleaner? I guess I haven't, but I like me some S98 Gleaners, so that's cool. I was afraid they would just do nothing but fence stuff from now on, where Agco's kind of pushing fence, but um, that's cool. If we're getting a new Gleaner, that's awesome. I definitely will get that new the new Fent track tractor. I will have one of those in my collection for sure. In fact, I just wrote an article for the Toy Farmer that will be in the December issue about the new Fent track tractor. So, I mean, it's not all about it, but it's one of the subjects. The article. Oh, Kyle's here to still see this. I hope he didn't run off. Um, I do have a cylinder that goes from here to here, and I did a little modifying to it because I'm just weird like that. Um, and I painted it black just to give it a little different look. So anyway, I'll have to get that put on one of these days. But I agree, they need a Challenger version of that. Would love to see that. Where do you buy most of your tractors and equipment? I'll be honest, I make most of it. I mean, tractors come from Erdl or SpecCast, and then I customize them for the most part. Although not always. I have quite a few scratch-built tractors laying around here. Um, Implements are almost always built. Or like a case like this inline ripper, my buddy Punky Kane's animation right there, he designed it for me, and then I printed it and built it. So, it's one of those things because, especially implements, they just don't make what I want in the implements in the farm toy world, and that's just the way it is. So, oh, good, glad you like it, Kyle. I think it looks great. I think it's awesome. I mean, I'm ecstatic about that ripper. So, uh, wanted one of those on the model farm for a long time. I am working on a small John Deere four-wheel drive to pull that, like a 30 series John Deere four-wheel drive. To pull that, it's going to have duals off and authentic, uh, off the new 8960 four-wheel drive. I guess not authentic, whatever that was, prestige. And then all the details and all that stuff. And then I'm trying to. That's what I should have had you design today. I'm trying to design a hood, a 30 series John Deere hood, 3040 series hood that I can make so that I can make it raise and lower. Because when I cut the Erdl one with my saw, it just takes off a little too much material, even with my jeweler's saw. So, um, I don't know. I might shoot you a message when this is all over and see if that's something you'd be interested in tackling for me. And if not, that's totally cool. I get it. Not a big deal. But if it is, that'd rock. Well, so SpecCast, you have to be a dealer if you're going to buy straight from SpecCast. So what you need to do is find a SpecCast dealer. So somebody like B&B Farm Toys. They're my good friends. Farm Toys for You, Colin Nipper, great guy as well. Oh gosh, help me out, guys. Who else? Yeah, just yeah, I may just have to kill a second one for the hood. That might just be ultimately what happens there. Um, I kind of really want Matson. Yeah, Dale Matson, another great guy, and Gotti's, Danny and Gotti's, another fantastic family here. So Outback, yeah, of course, Outback. How did I forget Kevin Tolka? Another yes, of course, Tad. Kevin's awesome. Yeah, another great guy to buy from. So. Cameron Farmer, another great guy to buy from. So we are blessed in the Daltons has a huge selection, huge selection. Yeah, we're really blessed in this industry that we've got so many great guys that sell toys. I mean, I carry some SpecCast stuff, but I don't typically put it on my website because I like to have new in the box stuff when I go to small farm toy shows like I'm going to next weekend. Just because a small show like that is not going to be a custom show. I know if I sell one or two custom pieces, that'll be a pretty good show for customs. But I'm probably going to sell mostly new in the box, and I'm probably going to sell some display items and things like that. Like my Kim totes are always super popular. Actually, those are Jeremy Richards Kim totes, but I paint them up and sell them. Things like fuel tanks are always really popular. Other tanks and things of that nature. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. Um, for next week. So I just haven't really been keeping um, a lot of stuff around. Oh, if you can scroll back in the chat, a lot of people listed some stores where you can buy a bunch of SpecCast stuff. Like there's some B&B Farm Toys for You, Kevin Tolka, Dale Matson, um, Dalton's, yeah, Outback Toys, all those places, awesome places. And plus, you can go on eBay and find them too. Don't sleep on eBay. There's sometimes you can actually get a deal or two there every once in a while. So plenty of places to buy SpecCast toys online. Kind of clouding up again back outside. I wonder if we're gonna get another rain. We'd take it. Soybeans could still use a rain around here. Corn's made. I mean, it's starting to turn. And yeah, I don't know. Could be interesting. Could be an interesting fall for sure. I can show you guys a couple tanks. I'm sure some of them you've seen already, but I've been working on a couple new ones. That'll work. So I'll have hopefully plenty of these come Dubuque National Weekend. Finally getting where I can turn these out in somewhat of a volume. Oh, no problem. Glad to help out always. That's what it's all about. Helping people find the toys that they love and want and all that sort of. So anyway, you can see various size and shapes of tank here. I guess I'm trying to arrange these in something of an order. There we go, something like that. I paint those up with that like nifty little seafoam blue or whatever color. I also have done some in black and green, but they are still wet because they just got painted, and yellow as well. And yet the yellow will be wet for days. So, but then of course we've got like this is my number one selling tank for sure. Sell that probably like 5 to 1 over things. My favorite tractor, probably a. I'm gonna go with a Steiger KP 1400. I think that's probably it, at least for today. Massey 97 close second, which is right there. And then you're probably into like something like after that a John Deere 5020 maybe, or I don't know. Maybe a John Deere 8430 four-wheel drive. I don't know, something like that. I like all tractors. That's my problem. I want them all. Can never have too many. What's your favorite tractor? I'm always saying, all you guys, what are your favorite tractors? I'd love to hear it. I mean, I love that stuff. The Minneapolis Massey, indeed it is. That is, yep. Oh yeah, no, that's a good call. Yeah, the AC unit. That's true. I don't even know how many of those I've sold at this point. Farmall H or the M. Nice. You're an international guy. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I love me some international too. It's actually just customizing a 666 and an 806 in 116 scale earlier today. Working on uh, the 806 is getting some nice rear tires, a little bit meatier rear tires. Fender radio. Gonna get a ladder and steps on the side, new steps on the side. The 666 is getting weathered, so that'll be kind of interesting. I'm curious to see how that turns out. I do not consider myself an expert on weathering for sure, especially in 116 scale. So we'll see, but I'm excited anyway. Agco 9775, nice choice. That's cool. 4960 is a beast of a tractor. Man, I love those tractors. Yeah, I love 4960. Favorite is a 1355, nice. AC 305, the white 4270, and any 60 or 70 series John Deere, very nice. Gotta love that. Yeah, that's a sweet. That's those are all sweet tractors. I love a G1355. Holy cow, it's just one of the best tractors. I think it's just cool. I don't know. It's got a look to it, right? At least in my opinion. There's just something about them. Anything Belarus. I knew that. I knew that. Yep. John Deere 4620 with a yellow canopy. Very nice. Challenger MT 865B. 7800 and 7830. Yeah, those 7000 series tractors are awesome. Yes, I could see that, Kyle. I could see that being a Cat 374. That's cool. That's all good. I was hoping to have something to show you guys today that I'm working on, but still got a little bit of I don't know. Let's call it post processing, post print processing to do. It's not quite ready to paint yet. I made a Komatsu D355 pipe laying machine, and it's gonna be cool, I think, but it's gonna take a little work yet. I think to get it to where I can show it. Anyone that the air conditioner works, amen to that. Yeah, I've had the unfortunate pleasure of running several tractors without air conditioning. If you don't have air conditioning, I don't know why you've got a cab. It doesn't make sense at that point, but whatever. They didn't ask me, so the worst is on when our quad tracks with the air conditioning decides to quit working in the middle of the day because you're just sitting in a greenhouse with with no air conditioning. It's just terrible. Move all these guys out of the way. I've got some projects I'm trying to wrap up here pretty quick before National too. I've got a 9550 STS Walker combine, and I think that's right. And then I've got and that's in 64 scale, and then in one scale, I'm doing a Kinsey repowered 8640. So trying to get that done too. I don't know if I'm gonna make it by national or not. Those projects should have been done a while ago, but then I got sick and missed months of building. So cabs are like ovens, pretty much. Favorite combines? Ooh, probably John Deere. I mean, when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, I'm a John Deere combine guy. Even though I'm running red here on the farm, probably my all-time favorite is a 9610. I would say. I don't know. I just always liked that machine. It's the first combine I got to drive too by myself, so that I'm sure that helps. Um, but I always liked that. I mean, our 670 is a amazing combine when it's working well. The problem is that's not, it's got some issues. So, well, the Lexions are awesome. There's no doubt about that. I mean, I absolutely love class combines. They always are head turners. White combines are cool for sure. I mean, they're head turners as well for sure. Challenger combines, cool. Oh, I totally understand. Growing up, that's what you grow. That's what we've only ever had green combines, so I mean that's why. That's why I'm that way with those. But you know, maybe someday we've kicked around going red numerous times here in the last few years. So I mean, there could be a day where we end up with something red on the farm as a combine. I don't know, but Dogtown's gonna run red, so if I can I'm just trying to pose stuff or find stuff for you guys to look at while I'm sitting here, uh, answering questions and all that fun stuff. I did not build this. I don't want to take credit for it, although I mean, certainly wish I could. This is built by Scott Galliart. I gotta love that little guy. Hopefully, I can see Scott at National and maybe pick up another Steiger from him along the way. We'll Axle flows, yeah. There's a lot of axle flows. There's a lot of 1600s still running around here. 1600 series axle flows. Hello, 64 scale world. How are you? This combine, this 9240, actually, can't take too much credit for it either. This was built by Brad McPherson and actually won it at a charity auction, which was super cool. And I really had no intentions of running red combines on this display, and then I won this one, and I'm like, well, that'd be kind of cool. Um, I was just trying to help and donate to the fellow that needed help that was sick, and ended up getting the combine out of the deal. So that was pretty awesome. And I think it looks like a real beast with the header on front there. So later, Scott. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you have an awesome day. Hope to see you soon. Oh, I'm doing good. I mean, we're hanging out talking tractors. Doesn't get much better than that. I was working on this thing again the other day too. It's been a couple days ago now. I decided to weather it up even more. I just didn't think it was quite dingy enough for what I wanted it for. So I did that. I added some more rust in some spots, if you guys can probably tell. And then I'm kind of debating on the bucket if it might need a little more. That doesn't look like years and years of work to me. That looks like there's still plenty of paint in there. So I'm really thinking like this whole front almost needs to be silver, or at least pretty close to it. Especially since fall's coming up and on the display, this will get used putting lime in fertilizer buggies. So my runny nose went away for like an hour. Now it's back. It's like tree pollen season around here. It's something pollen is something ridiculous, and my nose definitely feels it. It's annoying. Speaking of Challenger, now we were talking Challenger combines earlier, but I did dig out a Challenger from my stash of cars. I don't know if this is a green light or a Hot Wheels or what it is. I think it's a green light. Um, I do like the Hemi Orange, but I was kind of kicking around doing something different with that guy down the road. Because I don't like the vinyl tops. I always think those look goofy. Yeah, allergies are the best, aren't they? I never had allergies until the last few years, and then it's all of a sudden a thing. Our buckets have no paint. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, I think there's too much paint here on this bucket. I really do. So I think that's got to go and get wore off more. I like the rest of it. I think the rest is fine, but open station Buellers are the best Bueller. We know this. Oh yeah, thanks. Yeah, the stagger sign's kind of cool, right? I need to touch it up a little bit yet. I've been saying that for 2 weeks. I need to just do it. Maybe I'll do that after the live. No, it was a Bueller. You're correct. It was a Bueller. I'm gonna have one of those at Lafayette this year, and I'm just gonna set it out and not say a word and see if you notice. See if anybody notices. We're just gonna do an open station Bueller. That's another set of tractors I gotta get going on building, but I just feel a little bit solid stuff. I gotta get more New Hollanders built because I could probably sell all of those I could make for national if I could just get off my butt and do it. I agree. It would be pretty amazing an open station Bueller. That's why I think it has to happen. This is the year. Priceless. Open station Bueller priceless. So the National Farm Toy Show is in Dyersville, Iowa. It's the first full weekend of November, and there's also a show in Dubuque, Iowa, the same weekend. And they're 20 minutes, and they're both incredible shows. If you're going to the Dyersville show, you're going to be staying in Dubuque, chances are. So you might as well hit them both anyway, right? They're awesome. I will be personally set up at Dubuque. A lot of my toys will also be at Dyersville because a lot of friends of mine buy toys for me wholesale and sell tractors. Okay, we're live again. I think we got a storm off to the west, guys. I'm sorry for the iffy connection here. I hope I'm still connected. I really apologize, but I think we've got a storm brewing, and I think it's possibly messing with the internet. So anyway, frustrating. Phone is getting warm. That's interesting. Phone doesn't like live apparently. Ooh, yeah, phone is. Well, we're coming up on an hour. Maybe I better think about calling this quits. I gotta call Chris too here in a little bit. I might have to wait for the phone to cool down before I call Chris. I can't even touch it. It's so hot. That's crazy. Lost on the. Okay, well, at least I kind of came back. Yeah, like last week we had it just dropped on us last week. It was weird. I'm starting to wonder if this phone. I've got a Google Pixel 6 now, and I'm starting to wonder if it's not good for live streaming. Maybe I need to bust out my old Samsung and use it for live streams only or something. Just hook it up to the Wi-Fi. Anyway, I am gonna go because I keep getting this warning message that the phone is hot, which is peculiar, but and my screen's dimming. It says it's like shut it prevent from blah 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 blah. So unfortunately, I think technical difficulties are going to cut this one just a tiny bit short. What's your favorite tractor? Went to an antique shop and bought an International 656. Nice for $20. Can't beat that. My favorite tractor is a Steiger KP 1400. I think so. Anyway, guys, sorry I got to cut this short. I was having a blast here, but yeah, technical difficulties kind of stinks. We'll talk to you later. Thank you guys, as always, for joining us. So much fun. Love it. Thanks for everything. You guys have just been amazing to me over the years. And we're just going to keep pushing through and keep having fun. So, hope to see you all at the shows. Have fun, guys. Happy tractor hunting.